NBC News caused a firestorm on social media after it retracted its explosive reporting on last week's attack of Paul Pelosi. On Friday's installment of Today, NBC News national correspondent Miguel Almaguer went viral for stunning revelations of what apparently transpired when police arrived to Pelosi's San Francisco home. Sources familiar with what unfolded in the Pelosi residence now revealing when officers responded to the high-priority call, they were seemingly unaware they've been called to the home of the Speaker of the House, Almaguer told viewers. After a knock and announce, the front door was opened by Mr. Pelosi. The 82-year-old did not immediately declare an emergency or tried to leave his home but instead began walking several feet back into the foyer toward the assailant and away from police. It's unclear if the 82-year-old was already injured or what his mental state was, say sources. Paul Pelosi attack body cam, 911 call remain undisclosed as suspect David DePapa due back in court. Paul Pelosi, L., and Nancy Pelosi on April 25, 2015 in Washington, D.C., image shows FBI agents outside the home of Nancy and Paul Pelosi on October 28, 2022. Paul Pelosi, L., and Nancy Pelosi on April 25, 2015 in Washington, D.C., image shows FBI agents outside the home of Nancy and Paul Pelosi on October 28, 2022. Demetrius Kambouris/VF15/Wire image, Fox News. According to court documents, when the officer asked what was going on, defendant smiled and said everything's good, but instantaneously a struggle ensued as police clearly saw David DePapa strike Paul Pelosi in the head with a hammer. After tackling the suspect, officers rushed to Mr. Pelosi who was lying in a pool of blood, Almaguer continued. Paul Pelosi returns home from hospital days after hammer attack. Almaguer concluded his report by telling Today CO host Craig Melvin we still don't know exactly what unfolded between Mr. Pelosi and the suspect for the 30 minutes they were alone inside that house before police arrive. Officials who are investigating this matter would not go into further details about these new details. NBC News retracted its report from correspondent Miguel Almaguer about stunning details from the Paul Pelosi attack on November 4, 2022. NBC News retracted its report from correspondent Miguel Almaguer about stunning details from the Paul Pelosi attack on November 4, 2022. Screenshot/NBC News. The report made the rounds on Twitter with critics saying the revelations raised more questions than answers regarding what occurred at the Pelosi residence. However, not long after it was shared online, NBC News removed the report from its website and on social media. Bill Maher, the Paul Pelosi attack is latest in the cold civil war. NBC News issued an editor's note on its website, reading this piece has been removed from publication because it did not meet NBC News reporting standards. It is unclear what specifically from Almaguer's report did not meet the network's reporting standards. NBC News did not immediately respond to Fox News requests for comment. Left, Paul Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi attend the pre-Grammy Gala. Right, David DePapa. Left, Paul Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi attend the pre-Grammy Gala. Right, David DePapa, Michael Short/San Francisco Chronicle. Paul Pelosi was released from the hospital on Thursday, nearly 1 week after the shocking attack at his home. The 82-year-old underwent emergency surgery on a fractured skull. DePapa was charged with multiple crimes, including attempted homicide, assault with a deadly weapon, burglary, and elder abuse.